Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Easter egg video. During the Travis Scott event, we received many Easter eggs referencing back to the original map and much more. I'm going to be going over all that in today's video, but if you are new around here, roughly 80% of you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel. I highly recommend smashing that subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all Easter eggs in Fortnite, map changes and storyline content and much more on the channel. Content is real Fortnite news on the channel, so don't expect any of that fake stuff you see on many other channels out there. Okay, so the first Easter egg we got in the Travis Scott event was over at the stage itself. Well, most of them were, kind of, I guess. But this was actually the Cactus Jack logo on the stage. Many of us missed it because we were either watching the countdown or waiting for the Astro world to get closer and closer to us. And that actually takes us into the second kind of secret about this event. It's not really a secret, but it's something which is probably one of the most insane stage entrances I have ever seen in the history of watching concerts. I know it was a virtual concert on a game, but who on earth comes down on a giant speaker slash planet with a huge kind of rocket going around it? Wow. This is just such an insane entrance. It actually reminds me of some of the classic Oasis entrances where they used to come in by helicopter. For those that know Oasis, it's a Britpop band. Very cool. One of the biggest bands of all times in Britain. They actually had an entrance similar to this in a helicopter. Well, not exactly similar, but kind of similar. But, you know, it reminded me of that, kind of an Easter egg reference to that, I guess. So that was pretty cool. Then, the next major Easter egg which we had was the reference to the Chapter 1 map. This has to be probably one of the best Easter eggs we received this update. You can see it right there, Chapter 1 map, we just flew past it. Here's a screenshot taken of the Chapter 1 map, which you can see here. If you would like to return to the Chapter 1 map at some point, smash a like on today's video. Let's try and get 5,000 likes. Much love and respect to everybody smashing that like button. This was towards the end of the event. You could see that we had the massive speaker flying around. You can see it there. It started to glow orange as if this was kind of nearing the end of the event. You can see rockets slowly start to hit it and it starts to do damage to Astro World, and as the roller coasters light up, we start to get towards the end. Again, this is so much stuff going on and so many Easter eggs right here. It starts to slowly kind of vibrate and obviously go along with the music, which I can't play for you guys due to copyright, but you can see there's like an orb flying around. Do you see that orb there in the background? That orb is actually one major Easter egg. You want to see what it is? The Astro World slowly begins to explode and disappear, and we suddenly go into a kind of time warp area. And we've seen this before, guys. This is the butterfly event. Now this was the best Easter egg we received other than the Chapter 1 map, in my opinion. I've got other Easter eggs as well. This was my favorite one because there it is, guys, the butterfly. As soon as you touch that, you get teleported back to the Chapter 2 world. And so many of us at this point thought we were going back to the Chapter 1 map. Imagine how crazy that would have been. If you guys happen to not be supporting anyone in the item shop or want to go and support me and you're going to purchase any of the Travis Scott skins or the brand new Chaos Agent which is returned to the item shop, don't forget to go and use code postboxpat in that shop and tweet me at postboxpat or message me in my Discord section to gain a shout out in video just like these people on screen right now. Okay, so the Tilted Towers Easter egg, check it out right here. We happen to fly past the Chapter 1 map. When I was watching it live, I noticed this straight away. This is by far, I don't know, this is on par with the butterfly Easter egg in my opinion. You can see when you look down here, you will see Tilted Towers, you see Greasy Grove, you see all these point of interest from the original Chapter 1 map lit up as if we're flying past that world. Even the volcano. Does this place still exist? I don't know. It's so cool to see that it still remains down there and they are using it in this part. Now it does remind me of kind of maybe we're on Travis Scott's head from the Astro skin that we do have. Obviously on that head we do see that the Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 map are both on that head. We all know that, we've seen that, and you can see a bit of a kind of footage of that right here. Do you guys think that possibly we were just flying around Travis's Astro Jack head? Maybe. I've got a feeling it could have been, but let me know in the comments what you guys think on that. Okay, let's jump back into some footage of the event, just because you guys probably want to see the entire event broken down. The first thing we started to see was we realized that the cube-like substance in the background was just a speaker for the music. Then Travis had this weird teleportation kind of trick he was doing. Just imagine if this was an ability in Fortnite that you could teleport everywhere. He also had his Jordan 1s on. You could see that Easter egg right there. We know that's already in his skins as well. Obviously in his skins they both actually have Jordan Jordans on, which is really nice. We've seen Fortnite do a collaboration with Jordan before. This kind of effect is something new we've never seen in an event before, causing us to fall kind of down like a big hill. I like that. The downside was it actually put us inside of sweaty sands, and if you didn't get a good position, you could actually not be able to see this next part in the event. There are the classic holograms that we saw during Marshmallow's event. They will respawn during Travis's event there, but much bigger than they were in Marshmallow's, and they were taking up the entire map. The giant Travis was really crazy. I kind of predicted it during my live stream, but I didn't really expect it to happen, but it looks like it did. I like the way they did it. It really reminded me of the monster versus robot event. Did any if you think that as well, I don't know, let me know in the comments with that as well. He was also doing more hologram stuff here, and then eventually he decides to cast some sort of crazy spell. And I love this spell. I think it's very crazy because it really starts to lighten up where Fortnite could go in the future with events. And it gives us an insight to the upcoming Doomsday event, which you guys will see very, very soon. And I can't wait to cover that for you as well when that happens. So right now, Travis is actually summoning two kind of particles from all the dust pieces in the air. Then he clashes these together to cause a huge kind of bang. What this does, it actually sends us all flying into the air, and you can see right here, this is when the map really starts to see things that could happen in the future. We've got all these kind of like lines in the sky, a huge whirlwind, and yes, it was making me a little bit dizzy at this point. Try your best to concentrate on the footage we have right now. Look in the background, look at the fire, guys. This is mega. This is a huge insight to what Fortnite can do with their map. We've never ever seen fire in Fortnite Battle Royale, and it's nice to actually see the first edition of kind of a flaming beast potentially actually coming into future events. We can see the sky is now raining kind of small meteorites or small parts of fire. The only fire element we saw was back in the volcano section of the Fortnite storyline, but that was more lava with that event. I guess it's kind of fire as well, but not to the extent of which this is. Then you can see the whole map is on fire. Then we get this huge roller coaster vibe. Travis is just going crazy with electric fire at this point. He is going absolutely insane. There are like other versions of him teleporting around. He's kind of like doing like hand movements which cause these versions to summon all over the place. I love the way he's doing that. It's really cool. A lot of thought has gone into all this little stuff. Now he's using kind of like lightning to teleport everywhere. Check out the roller coaster over the entire map. It starts to actually grow and get bigger and bigger and come closer to us in the Fortnite map. You'll see that here, and then he teleports even further, and this is just insane. Look at the amount of kind of work that has gone into this and the effort. This Easter egg right here is where we start to get the roller coaster very close to us. You can actually see my friend's footage here. Shout out to you, Scythe. Massive shout out to my good friend Happy Power for lending me his HD footage for this video. But you can see the roller coaster gets very close to Scythe right here, and he actually gets really close to it. And then Travis goes into some sort of neon form. You can see here all the lights go crazy. The Astro world itself starts to emit all sorts of lights around Travis, around the world, almost in the shape of the world itself, as well as the roller coaster, which is really nice to see. It's almost like one of them kind of like old balls you'd get as a kid that goes small to big. You know what I mean, guys. Anyway, you can see Travis here going absolutely crazy, summoning more stuff with his hands, and this is where we start to get more of an insight to what's about to happen. And it doesn't take long until Fortnite introduced a new mechanic. So first we're kind of bouncing up and down on the water, which is crazy. I've never known us to be able to walk on water. That's another Easter egg. Travis falls into the ground, and this is when we get the underwater mechanic. This hints towards potentially us being able to swim underwater, the way this is worked and the way it's done. Travis also changes his shoes right here to his other Jordans. I do love that little Easter egg there. And he also changes to the Astro Jack skin. It's kind of like the summoning of that. As he falls into the water, we also fall in with him, and he changes to this skin, and there's kind of like a rocket type thing flying around. You can see the mechanic of us swimming up right here. We're actually stood still in this position right here, and Travis is actually moving towards us, but it just makes us look like we're swimming up. But I think, from what I know, we are not actually moving here. It's just the mechanic that's making us feel like we are. The surrounding, we're actually stuck in the air, and the surroundings are moving, from what I can tell anyway. So the Astro Jack skin is glowing its helmet. I love that little Easter egg, and this is when we start going into some crazy stuff. The bubbles start to form, we get closer and closer. Astro Jack teleports out of here, and we start to see these kind of Skull Ranger type substances under the water, which I think was a really nice Easter egg. There's also a jellyfish in there as well. Don't know if you saw that on your version. You may have. Then we get the Neo floor down here. This is a new mechanic as well. We're now floating on kind of like a grid-like substance. Again, going back to that Neo vibe. And then we actually start getting tilted from side to side. I did never expect this, and this again shows how Fortnite can cause us as players to go wherever we want during, well, wherever they want us to go during the event. I love that, and I love the way they make us move and make us kind of go different directions. You can see he goes right through Travis's legs. He's a complete hologram right here. Nice little Easter egg there for you guys as well. Hologram the Travis, or little secret, whatever you want to call it. That's nice to see. Then the sky starts to get us pretty dizzy again. At this point, my head was a little bit boggled. Try to stay concentrated as much as you can though. And then we actually get teleported further away into the best part, as I explained before. This is by far the best Easter egg of the whole event, where we end up in the sky, and this is where we start to see meteors flying around. We see the other players in here, and we're like traveling through space and time right here. So a lot of us were debating that at this point Travis had taken us into space and time, maybe where the visitor took us, maybe into these places where we have seen, well, we've never seen but we've heard of, with the Seven. All these things flying around Travis right now are obviously planets and his elements, but where we are right now is unknown. We feel like we're on top of the world kind of, and we see the chapter 1 map. I didn't manage to see the chapter 2 map, but I definitely saw the chapter 1 map. As I explained earlier, we saw Tilted, etc. So some really cool Easter eggs, and I don't know where we are at this point. If you guys have any theories or any references to this, please let me know. I definitely think the event may change on the last showing, so I will be streaming it on the channel, but I really do hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and it has given you guys an insight to all the Easter eggs, and a replay of the whole event if you did happen to miss it is right here. Unfortunately, I can't put Travis's music over the top, or the video will get taken down instantly. No one has been able to upload the footage with music just yet. Hopefully that does get sorted very soon, so you guys can rewatch it. I will hopefully restream the event on the last one for you guys. I will put a poll on stream if you'd like to see me, or on screen if you'd like to see me stream it. Let me know in that poll. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, and wow, that event was absolutely crazy. I hopefully see you guys in another stream and another video. Once again, this is postboxpat signing out.